Haha. See, it's a good thing I did check, check, check. Can you hear me now? I was on mute. Is everything good? I know the lighting is kind of strange, but so far so good. Maybe, maybe not. What's up, Ka? Jack? What's going on? I see people are starting to stumble in here just like me. Great way to start keeping it shrimple episode number 40. Woohoo! 40 episodes. That's pretty awesome. I'm happy. Yay! Thanks to all of you. Plushy Aquatics, Shrimple, Dee Dee, what's going on? Yep. It's a fun Wednesday evening. Right now, my temperature on my little computer, my weather app thingy, says 104 degrees outside. And that's not taking into account the heat index, which usually puts it at about 111, maybe 112, depending on where you are. Yeah. Anyone score any sweet deals? What's going on, Brandon? Sweet deal? Oh, Prime. Actually, there's a couple of deals. I'm still waiting to hit send. I know I need to do it like yesterday, but I still haven't done it. I'm kind of skittish. But, you know, you got to feed the hobby or the addiction, whichever it is that it is for you. In my case, it's all of it. It's what I do. Uh, it's an addiction. Uh, it's passion. Hey, what's going on? Zen Ginger in the house. Cool deal. It's good to see everybody. I got some fun stuff I want to talk about. I titled it Extreme Heat because, again, like I'm saying right now, it says currently 104 degrees. That's horrible. It's 7 o'clock and it's 104 degrees. Blah. So, this causes all kinds of issues, whether it's like a lot of people in Texas, you have your fish room outside in your garage, um, whether insulated, most are because it's Texas. Um, that becomes an issue, keeping it cool, keeping it temp for us at the shrimp or at the fish room, now shrimp room at Jadron Aquatics. It's keeping the temps down now. We're using a AC unit that we have. So we're trying to keep the temperature controlled. It runs about 83 degrees. On the hot days, it's somewhere between 84 and 85, sometimes 86. So it gets pretty hot in there. What's up, Matt? Liquid Zoo. Frank Basanta, all the way from NYC. Yeah, you need fans or something. Paul McCarthy, hello. New Local Austin, hello. Trying to keep up with the chat. Scott's Aquatics. Good evening, sir. Good to see everybody. And, I know it's not just Texas. It's hot everywhere. But when we're hitting record temperatures as we are and being consistently over 100 degrees every day, that makes the next day even worse. It makes the evenings very it's not even tolerable really when there's no air and it's thick. The heat is thick because of the humidity. So it also brings, besides fish room problems and keeping your temperatures stabilized and your tanks cool, when you're shipping like we are, now we're in a whole new ballpark. And unfortunately, we've had it rough the past week. So we didn't ship this past week. It's hot and moist over there, Stephen P. I'm surprised my buddy Johnny's not in here yet, checking to make sure I'm having a strong stream. Anyways, thick is good, Jerry. You guys, Quit it. I'm going to stop reading the chat if this is the way y'all are going to be. Oh, turning red. Anyways, so shipping is hot everywhere, of course, and we're trying to figure out what we can do as far as ice packs, extra insulation, bigger boxes, more burrito wrap, all the different options that we may have. What's the most cost effective and the best way for us to get live fish um, without adding tremendous cost. Now, of course, option A is everything goes to overnight shipping. That's expensive for the end user to pay overnight shipping, but that's probably the best chance we have. I mean, just to be honest. And I'll explain it further as I explain what we did to test what's going on. So, and if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm talking a lot. Hey, there's Shooter's Range. Made it. Yes, Johnny, I just said you'd probably be in here checking to make sure I had a strong stream. Okay, that's twice. Okay, you can't use a joke too many times, right? I tried. But so it's one of those things that we're trying to figure out, what happened, what's going on in the process. And because it's kind of different with extreme heat that we're going through, basically, extreme temperatures, record heat, it affects everything all the way around. And when I took the shipment to UPS, it made me realize that my car is already hot from sitting out in the sun. I put the boxes in the car, take them to UPS. They get scanned and they get put on a truck, and then they go to the transition point, whatever the delivery place is they go to. So this week, we decided to test it. And I don't know if you remember a video me and Jadrin did at the stream. The older you get, the stream not so strong, right, Scott? But we did a video or a stream, and we talked about how we tested the postal service on shipping and the temperatures that it goes through. And that was a pretty successful test, gave us a pretty good idea. Well, we don't know what's going on with UPS. So we figured we'd try. And I got the results today from Jason. He sent them to me via text. And it's ugly, man. It really is. I'm so glad we didn't ship, because we shipped this package just as if we were shipping fish. And yeah, the UPS truck itself is could roast a turkey. And it hit me like a light bulb that afternoon. And it hadn't before, because it hadn't been quite as extremely hot. So good for you, Doc. That's funny. So long story short, we decided to test it, and he sent me the results. And let me tell you, it's from leaving the shop. Like I said, the temperature in that room, I use that thermometer. It's a Wi-Fi thermometer that's on the wall, and you can take it off and put it in a box like we have before. So that's what we did. I put it in the box. It read 83 degrees. 83 degrees. Okay. So I packed it up. The water was cool in the bag, so I know the fish weren't at 83 degrees. They were probably more like 76 in the water temp, maybe even cooler. But I put them in the bags. I didn't put fish in the bags, just water. Like if I had fish, put 4 bags of water and put the thermostat in the middle, or the thermometer, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. And set it up on the shelf, waited till the end of the day at 6 o'clock, which is usually when I go to UPS. I got in my truck, which was extremely hot. I backed it up. I put the box in there just like if I had 20, 30 boxes. Did the same process, went to UPS, walked up to the counter, had it checked in, and went home. And as the temperature that Jason sent me, it went from 83 degrees to 84 degrees to 86 degrees to 88 degrees to 90 degrees to 93 degrees. And these are hourly readings. And it went all the way up through the time that it was delivered the next day at 3 p.m. I think it's either 2:30 or 3 p.m. And it was sorry about the dogs. I didn't even catch them. But it ended up that it was 100 and something degrees inside that box by the time he opened it. Horrible. And that's within a 24-hour period. So that has a lot of concern that happened that way. That's kind of crazy that in the shipping. Let's see. That's why for all the strife they get, people still use USPS. They have air-conditioned facilities. They stay in overnight, even if it takes 4 days longer to get there when they screw up. Yes, and that's kind of what I'm noticing. But we've had more reliability through UPS. So I'm hoping the whole that post office option is going to work. I'm getting me a blue pleco from Foxy and Peplin. That probably will work. As like I said, I didn't think about the process that the box never really got into a temperature controlled environment other than it went into the store, the UPS store, got scanned, and then went immediately to a truck. That truck had to have been 100 and some odd degrees inside. And then that truck goes to the facility, however long it takes. And it doesn't get dark till 9 o'clock. And it's still hot. Like I said, it's 7:12 and it's 103 degrees outside. So, yeah, that's why we had to test it, because we wanted to find out for sure. So now comes what do we do? Do we shift to only overnight shipping? Do we do like we did this week and not ship at all? Do we use ice packs, and how many? And how long is that going to last? Is it really going to keep it cold? Is it going to get too cold? It's crazy. Giggity, giggity. For sure, I've had overnight UPS shipments still DOA simply because I'm last on the UPS route. Yeah, and we found out for sure twice. I tried to send you, and to no avail, even several weeks ago before it got to over 100. Hey, Crowntail, how you doing? So, what is anybody else seeing if you're getting online shipments? What are you seeing in the packaging if they're successful, or are people like us kind of skittish to ship with these kinds of record temperatures, just like we would be if it was the other way around with record lows? I know, I think livestock should be shipped overnight anyways, period. That's really the best way. But a lot of people don't want to go that route because of the extra cost. Me, I've always been, it's worth it to me to spend the extra money to make sure everything gets there alive and it's coming the next day. And usually I know when it's going to be there so I can be there too. That's the best way. But there's still people that are new, I guess, to online buying or unfamiliar with any of the fish fam or people that have been doing this for a while. So, you know, that it's a learning curve on having to provide the best possible service to them as well, and make sure that they understand that it's about the livestock and keeping it alive. That's why we didn't ship, this week, because we didn't know. With the move, well, as you can see, I'm still in my transitional setting. There are no aquariums here where I am staying right now, so I get my aquarium fix when I go to the shop. And I'm going to share with you some video here later in the stream on what I've been doing. And it's been busy. Even though we haven't been shipping, it's given me a little bit of time to try to catch up with the tanks. And it's a lot harder than you think to manage that many aquariums with that many different projects going on all at once. Hey, what's up, Bigfoot? Let's see. Misfit sent me guppies, and they were in the mail for 2.5 days, and they were at 74 degrees with no ice, but he used 2-inch thick styro cooler. Right. Yeah, exactly. And, for one order, yeah, I could do that. I have several boxes like that, thick boxes that I have for myself. But to buy those boxes and ship in them or using them, we're going to go out of business. There's just no way. Yeah. The cold gel packs felt like heat packs. They were hot. The plants and shrimp were okay. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's a conundrum, I think. Overnight radiant co-pack on outside. Got paper towel fish inside. Co-pack soup. Got it today. Huh. Radiant bears, styrofoam, co-pack inside, wrapped in paper towel. The fish inside a puppy pad wrap. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a good idea. I feel like during the summer, people would pay the extra for the boxes if it meant live shipments. Maybe. Again, I would, but there's still new people that aren't accustomed to it yet and are still learning. So they have different expectations, it seems. If every customer that we had was a subscriber or a watcher or viewer, I don't think it'd be that difficult. But it starts to become, you can't make everybody happy. So we do our best. And even not shipping, got a few people a little bit, hey, what's going on? Are you trying to pull a scam? No, we're just trying to make sure we're not going to do anything because we don't want to ship dead fish. That's plain and simple. And we want to make sure we get it right before we do it. So if we can't have everybody just agree to overnight shipping, then we have to find a way to do it with 2-day shipping and insulate it right, use the right combination of ice pack, paper wrapping, paper towel, whatever it is we do in order to keep it correct. Well, those people don't need shrimp. If it's shrimp, it's not a problem because the shrimp don't mind getting cold. It's the fish that don't like it. I honestly don't know how Dan keeps his shipping costs so low with the material he uses. I know he deals in large volume, a sweet deal. But yeah, I know. And you can do that the bigger volume that you're buying, whether it's your installation or your packaging or the boxes, all that stuff. So, and even the shipping cost. That's a little bit of leverage, but still, I guess that's kind of the learning curve that you have to go through operating this type of business, dealing with this type of product. And again, in this hobby, it's not just dealing with the natural environment we're trying to recreate inside a glass box, but the natural environment that we live in, period. And in this case, it's the heat. In some cases, it's the winter weather. So it's just something that we have to learn to deal with. And hopefully, we'll figure it out sooner than later. We're going to run another test tomorrow and kind of get an idea on temperature wise, tracking it with cold packs to see if we do it a certain way, if that's going to be the best way. And hopefully we get some good results, just hopefully. I love shrimp. Don't preach. What's up, Fish Tropic? Let me see. Where is it?
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
There we go. Let's see. Wouldn't it make sense to not ship if temperatures reach a certain point? Yes. And that's why we stopped. Because like I said, we're already over 100 degrees. So I don't want to ship. And like I said, just putting a box into my truck, if I ran the AC for an hour and cooled it off, okay. But it's a black truck, SUV kind of, not, it's a little HHR. I don't know if you've ever seen a little wagon thing. Looks like PT Cruisers kind of, but it's all black. So putting something in there, it's 120, maybe 130 degrees in there. And that starts to process. And then it doesn't get a chance to cool off when it gets put on a UPS truck that's sitting outside in the same conditions. So like we did this week, it was just no shipping. And a few people that got upset with us, had said, hey, if you want your money back, we'll send you your money back, but we're just not going to ship. We're not going to take that chance right now. But in the process, we're trying to figure out what to do. And that's where we're at right now. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to do another test shipment. And it's kind of cool having that digital Wi-Fi thermometer that Jason has, because we can do exactly what we're doing with it. We can put it inside the box just like if it was, a fish. And then we can ship it and test the process. And I believe at one point that's kind of what Dan had done. I think it was sometime last year where he had done a test product or a test project with several end users where he sent little digital thermometers with the packaging. I think I remember hearing something about that. But that was during my surgery time, so I was a little bit loopy during that time on medicine. The brown stuff on the soil, is it bad for shrimp? Hey, what's up, Nano Aquarium guy? So, yeah, speaking of Nano Aquarium guy, I didn't ship because of the temperature, so I still have your shrimp that need to go out. The brown stuff on the soil. I don't know what you're talking about. The mold? The shrimp will eat it up, but if you get too much, then it kind of becomes bad. So you still got to keep up with it. Don't let it get to where it's just a solid layer of mold. That's just too much, I think. You got too many issues when it's that bad. I still like to vacuum that stuff up whenever I get a chance. But once you get it to the right spot, it never really accumulates that bad unless you really have a lot of snails or fish. Coolio, man. I appreciate that. It's like I don't want them to die. No way. Yeah, the diatom algae, yeah, it's not bad. It will go away. And I've done what I'm doing now as far as setting up new tanks, taking down old tanks. I've done it several times now in the past couple of years. And I've learned a lot about what I can get away with and what I can't get away with. And some of my problematic tanks that I had last year, over the last year. Um, I know why, and it was lack of maintenance, lack of water changes. And I kind of did that on purpose. I did it to myself, trying different ways of water changing or not water changing, just to see how far I could go, how far I could take it, how much just top offs would work. Um, I try a lot of different things like that in the background that I don't talk about all the time because I'm trying to learn different things. And it depends on what it is, if whether it's guppies or shellies or killifish or shrimp, it just really depends. 78-degree temperature is bad for shrimp? No, it's not. It will shorten their lifespan because it kind of raises their metabolism, so they will grow faster and get bigger. They may acquire molting issues because they're molting too fast. So it's better to keep them at the lower temperatures, no heat if at all possible. Try to keep them cool, but they're not going to die if they're, in 78-degree temperatures for a little bit. Yeah, it shortens lifespan, but they breed really fast. Hey, what's going on, Lefty? Hello, mad scientist. Is that what you're saying? You local Austin? Yeah, I know. I am. I try a lot of weird stuff. Last week I was talking about the biostratum, the new biostratum, as well as regular fluval stratum. And I'm learning a lot about it. And I'm really impressed so far with this biostratum stuff. It's pretty cool. I've had no issues with it so far. And all the tanks that I've used it in, it's like instant clear crystal. The plants look great, fish look happy, shrimp look happy, no issues, no deaths, no losses, no anything. Cool deal. Are those blues that you got from me still? I wonder. That was like last year, wasn't it? Yeah, when I first started selling shrimp back in November. I don't know if those are mine or not. Inquiring minds want to know. So, another thing too. Let me see. I'm going to look over here real quick and see. Woohoo! All right. So, it finally uploaded. I'm a dork. I know I am, and I've been telling you I've been working on a video, and I have been. I promise I have been, but I'm a dork, so I did it all wrong, and the way I edited it made more work for me than it should have, and then I had to do a bunch of stuff with the audio, and that made more work for me than it should have because I had already edited everything into little bitty short pieces. So I had to go edit each individual short. Yeah, I know. But I finally got it done. It finally uploaded. It's going to release it's going to release to the public at midnight tonight. I didn't want to do it during the evening, during anybody's streams or anything like that. So you can catch it tomorrow. Or if you're up late, watch it tonight at midnight. It's pretty cool. Goes through tearing down my fish room, kind of a day with me. It's spending a day with me at the shop, what I do, setting up some new racks, some new nano tanks that I have going. Then also a little bit on just pictures of the shrimp and the fish up there, giving you a behind the scenes look at Jadron Aquatics. And then my final goodbyes to my old fish room. So it took me a little while to gather all that video, but like I said, I made too much work for myself. I'm a dummy sometimes. But I do have some really cool stuff in the works. New aquariums are fun, and I don't care whether they're little 2.5 gallon aquariums to big old giant, 300-gallon aquariums. It's fun. I always have a blast, and I'm really getting into the nano aquariums because of the clown killifish and shrimp, of course. So I'm going to share with you this video here, a little bit of what I've been doing. And okay, wait, stop. Rewind. So, hey, what's going on? Our aquatic universe with Mike B. Ooh, it's a mouthful. Eric Y Rock. Did I say hello to you? I don't think I did. What's up, dude? So, yeah, Lefty, we didn't ship anything this past week from Jadron because of the heat. It's like I said, it's no bueno. It really isn't. We tested it and everything, so no bueno. We'll know more at the end of the week, and maybe I'll do a pop-up and let everybody know how that goes. But anyways, so because of the transition of me moving everything that I had in my fish room into Jadron Aquatics, I took the nano tanks that I had. I bought some nano tanks, and then Jason bought a couple of wire racks for me to set up some nano tanks. And the reason I went with nano tanks is I can get more in that amount of space. And really, because I'm focusing on, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks that are clown killifish. 3 of them are breeding tanks. Then I have 2 tanks with least killifish. And all of these tanks have some shrimp in them. So 5 gallons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5-gallon tanks. So I'm trying to set up a row on each rack, a row of 5 2.5s and 3 5 gallons, and then 5 2.5s and 3 5 gallons. Because I want to have some options. I want to do some little breeding projects. I want to grow out some mosses. I want to do a bunch of different, just a bunch of different things like that to help. This engine, or where was my message that says Papa Shrimp is live? It's probably my fault, Lefty, because I probably left because I just put my thing up today. I know I've been bad. I just put my stream schedule up today instead of doing it earlier and giving it time to notify everybody. So, it's probably my fault. Sorry about that, Lefty. I'm an idiot. I have 4 tanks now of shrimp. All have shrimplets. How'd I get white shrimps? Oh, how'd you get white shrimps? Like clear shrimps or white shrimps, Caridina type? Because if you have Caridinas, maybe some of them went solid white. But anyways, so what I was saying was I got these little projects going on, and I have the clown killifish project. That was one of the first things I did when I set up these 2 racks, and I put a little 2.5-gallon tank. I got my little stuff together, and I filled it up with water, and I put a male and a female in there. That was about 2 weeks ago. So yesterday, while I was at the shop, I happened to be looking at it going, it's been about 10 to 14 days since this thing's been set up. If they're breeding, I should have some babies in there. I should have some babies in there. And Take off the sound there. We don't need the sound. If you can see it, it's hard to get focus, but this is probably a couple of hours old. That little speck right there. It's hard to get it in focus. It's tiny. I mean, this is a brand spanking new clown killifish fry. This is basically what I've learned is their process. Once they hatch, they get against the glass. There it is, a picture right there in the center. It's hard to see. But they attach to the glass and they try to work their way up the glass until they get to the surface. So I decided I'd get as good of pictures as I can, because again, I'm also doing another series, or I guess another addition to the addendum of the clown killifish breeding series, because look, here we go again. I was hoping that I would be successful, so that way it's not just being all about getting lucky. You know, I kind of felt like maybe I was just getting lucky on being able to breed these because nobody else is having any luck. Well, maybe it's not luck anymore. Maybe I do have somewhat of a process down, because, and natural. Like I said, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm trying to keep it shrimple, even with my clown killifish breeding. And there's what we're seeing as the results. And I'm trying to give you perspective. It's a little 2.5 gallon tank. And look at how tiny it is. So I kind of had to train my eyes, like I said, to be able to find those little bitty tiny fish. Yeah, getting lucky is also, it's not a bad thing. I'd rather be lucky than good most of the times. But what I did was I just have a little ball of Christmas moss here in the front. I have some guppy grass floating in the back and some red root floaters. I love shrimp. I have some red root floaters up there on the top. Here's one of the tanks I was talking about. It's got some least killifish and I think Bloody Mary shrimp in there. Here's another tank. This is all with the bio stratum. The water's crystal clear upon setup. So that's what I got going so far. I got the 6 5-gallons on the bottom row, and then 4 of the 5 2.5 gallons on the top row on one side. And I kind of did this here so you could see. This is how I fill up a tank, whether it's a big giant tank or a little bitty tiny tank. I do no washing of the substrate at all. I put it in there kind of how I want it to go, and I start filling it up slowly. And I sped this one up. Your eyes are still used to little things. Well, yeah. See, so this is kind of time lapsed. I sped it up 400%. You can see in the aquarium next to it, those are all male killifish that I have in there. Again, that one, the same thing. I set it up, water's crystal clear. It's beautiful. All I've done is skim the top and then refill it with a little bit of straight RO water. Okay, so enough of filling up little tanks. I just wanted you to see that you can get away with a crystal clear setup without washing your substrate. This here, I think this is the tank with only the males. I have some moss in the front and some pearl weed in the middle and guppy grass in the back. And that's, again, all males. This is the tank that I just filled up. I'm putting pearl weed in it. And I think I put some pearl weed in on the top. Yeah, there it is. That's floaters. And I think I put something else, but I don't remember. Not quite sure. But here in a little bit, I get really good shot of this male. It's so pretty. I was surprised I got this shot and that it came out so clear with my phone. This is all with my phone, man. And this came out like I said, crystal clear. These are all males. This is kind of a sneak peek of some of the video I'm going to be putting together in my next breeding project video. Look at that. Wow. Woohoo. Money shot. Ding, 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 ding. I love shrimp. You know, what else do you say? That's like awesome. He's posing for me. Was able to get clear focus. Well, not there. But I'm like, man, all of them, they just started posing. I was like, ooh, that was cool. Yeah, Purdy. That was an awesome shot. So I'm putting all of this together because I'm having some luck, as you can see at the beginning of the video, having some luck doing some breeding with these clown killifish. So I'm excited about this little project. And like I said, where's the shot of the rack? Right there in the middle, that's the tank that's already breeding. And then I have the other 3 tanks that I set up and all these 5-gallon tanks on the bottom row. So yeah, Achilles, I love them. I hope to have all 5 of the top row 2.5 gallons going with all killifish breeder pairs. And then I'm going to have one of the 5 gallons down here on the bottom has grow outs. So yeah, I love it. I love killifish. But that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be cool putting that together as far as the video and everything. Because when I go back and I watch my analytics, and yes, I look at my analytics, I can't help but see what are people watching when they come to my channel. And it's crazy that I'm Papa Shrimp, but really the only videos that get watched repeatedly, consistently, are the clown killifish breeding videos. So hey, I don't blame you. I enjoyed putting them together. I enjoyed breeding them. I am enjoying having success breeding them, and continually, and whether I am lucky or whether I'm good, either way, I'm having a blast doing it. And I get to, do that, is give you some awesome shots of these beautiful fish that while I'm breeding them, while I'm having fun with them, I get to share it with you. And we also have them on sale on our website. So that's kind of a cool deal. Them killy people be cray. Also breeding sales on YouTube. It's weird. You need to have better punctuation in that sentence. Wow. I want some Gardner Eye killifish one day. We have some at the shop. We don't have as much luck with those. Well, I think Jason used to, when he had the time to be focused on taking care of them, pulling the eggs and doing all that stuff. But just having them on an aquarium and letting them go, natural, a la natural, like I'm doing with the clown killifish, I don't think that works as well. Or it's in the aquariums we have them in, it's not working. I'll put it to you that way. They're not set up for it, I don't think. Breeding, so it is literally fish porn. Yeah, and that's why I think, because I had heard a while back, and even Jason had told me, yeah, the adult clown killifish don't eat their fry. And I was like, okay, so I just left them alone. Well, I didn't really have a choice. That was last year when I had my surgery. I didn't touch my tanks for I couldn't, as much as I wanted to, other than try to walk up to them and look at them, and even hold my head up hurt. So my clown killifish were on top. And I think that's what made me notice that there was babies was because I was looking very carefully, and all of a sudden I saw a baby, but it already had color. So that's probably a couple of weeks old, what I learned through that video series that I did. So seeing the one that I caught on this video I shared with you this evening, that one's a brand new baby, because that's the way I saw the brand new ones in that video series last time. That's what they do. They hatch and they crawl up the glass slowly. It takes them about, I don't know, I'd guess half a day. And then when they finally get up to the top, that's when they start feeding. How aggressive are killies on my shrimp fry? That's a good question, because I'm still been kind of leery to find out. But I have some shrimp and least killifish and some shrimp and clown killifish that I'm trying out. We'll see. I don't really want them to predate on my baby shrimp, so I'm hoping that I'm picking fish that are small enough that they won't predate on the shrimp. But who knows? Yeah, golden wonder killies are mean. Yeah, and the gardener eyes will definitely eat your shrimp. I don't know about the clowns yet. They seem to be kind of peaceful, but again, they're fish. And who doesn't love shrimp, right? Speaking of,
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
dun dun dun. Yeah, so and the least killifish, yes, they're small, but see, okay, this one of the reasons why least killifish are one of my favorites is because I'm a bass fisherman. I've been a bass fisherman since I was a kid. And these least killifish, one, they're North American and native to North America, and they look like little miniature largemouth bass to me, except without the large mouth. But the colors and the way they look, to me, they look like tiny little bass. It's really cool looking. So they're one of my favorites, but I think they'll probably predate on fry if they can. So it's a matter of, do you provide enough cover so that the shrimp can breed? Because I've seen shrimp breed just fine with guppies that, they eat fry shrimp, but you give them enough places to hide, you can still grow the colony slowly. You made an order at Jadrin's? Awesome. Cool. And I tried to make sure that we put a logo on all the shrimp that are mine, so that way you know which ones are mine and which ones are his, because he homebreeds some shrimp too. His assorted cull packs are all homebred. So, yeah. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Let's see. Think a fish has ever died due to a shellfish allergy? Possibly. My live bearer mosh pit has a decent, slow-growing colony. Yeah, I think, they're going to survive. Shrimp are going to survive. You're just not going to have, like a fast, thriving colony of thousands of shrimp. You might have a couple of hundred. You needed some blues. There you go. Jess, how you doing? Better late than never. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, is everybody ready for Aquashella? I know you're saying, Aquashella, we got Triple Crown. I know most of you have Triple Crown, but I don't. So it's going to be here like, it's already here almost. Crap. It's going to be crazy. Hey, there's Joe Stan. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Good to see you. Comes home after date night. Good to see you. Oh, you've been lurking? Okay. Yeah, me and you talked about it on the phone yesterday, Jess, about shipping with this heat, and I know you're doing overnight only. Uh, but like I said, we tested it yesterday, and or we I shipped it on Monday. It got there Tuesday at 3 o'clock, and Jason sent me the results today, and it left at 83 degrees and continued to rise all the way to 100 over 100 degrees in the box, the insulated box, all sides, with 4 bags of water, and it got all the way up to over 100 in that bag, and that was within less than 24 hours, because I dropped it off at 6 p.m. It got delivered at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I hope they're booking venues for earlier for next year so they don't put Texas Aqua Shell in August again. I don't think they were expecting this record heat. It was bad enough that it was going to be hot in August in Texas. Now with this heat wave that we're going through, ugh, yeah, fist bump. So I'm looking forward to Aquashella. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be here like soon. I mean, Triple Crown's in 2 weeks. So Aquashella's here in 3 weeks. I think on the website, I was looking it up. It's going to be 23 days. So a little over 3 weeks. And just in case you didn't know, yours truly is going to be a judge again at the American Shrimp Contest in Dallas. So I feel honored and blessed to be a part of it again, and especially because it's my hometown, and it's going to be fun. If any of you want to get involved, then go to the Aquashella website and check it out. Go and enter some shrimp, man. Have some fun. See what you got, and put them up there against some of the best breeders across the area, at least, and more. So I think it's a great opportunity to kind of have fun with the hobby and bring more exposure to the shrimp hobby, and you know, just being a shrimp nerd and being able to run around and say I love shrimp. And people know what you're talking about when you say it, so it's not just random. Besides, some of us do like cooked shrimp. Actually, I ate some shrimp last night with my steak at the restaurant that me and my son went to. It was good. It was really good. I love shrimp. Yeah, they kind of got it backwards, I think. They should have had it the other way around, although it's probably record temperatures in Chicago with the heat, anyways. So, I mean, we can't make everybody happy. It's no matter what we do. Florida, when we went the first year they had it in Florida, that was a bad time, even though it was in August, in early August. It ended up being a bad time because of all the vacationers and all the Disney World people, and then the flights and hurricane season, and as we got delayed because of the hurricane season. So, yeah, you never know. Mother Nature, again, we think we can control nature in a little glass box, but we really can't. We just have to work with it the best we can. Same thing. We can't control nature in our glass box that we lived in called Earth. So we got to roll with it. Maybe a little warm, but hotels right there keeps cool. Yeah, this is true. And I'm still trying to consider getting a room there at the official hotel, because I'd like to be able to stay there and hang out with everybody. Oh no, we haven't had rolling blackouts yet. We haven't, Mandy. So, cross your fingers. I don't know. Have you? I didn't watch the news this evening, but I haven't experienced any out here in my neck of the woods. But so yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's stream. I've had a blast. I'm kind of going to cut out a little bit early because my son gets off work at 8 o'clock, and I don't want him to sit around and wait for me too much longer. So I'm going to go pick him up. It's his first job, real job. He's been in school this whole damn time, so now he's got a job. Now he's making the big bucks. Woohoo! And I'm going to go pick him up and see how his day was. So thanks for hanging out with me, keeping it shrimple. I'm glad you all did. And don't forget, if you got shrimp and you want to give it a shot, get into the American Shrimp Contest. Go check it out, the Aquashella site for Dallas 2022. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be a judge. So have fun. Y'all be good. Thanks for hanging out with me. And see you. Peace. Have a good one. I love shrimp.